Imagine walking into your home after a long, exhausting day, hoping for peace, relaxation, and maybe just a little sanity, only to be greeted by a mountain of clothes on a chair, mysterious cables from devices that no longer exist, and a kitchen drawer so packed with random objects that opening it feels like defusing a bomb. What if I told you that some of the clutter sitting in your home right now is quietly stealing your peace, productivity, money, and even your happiness? In Japan, many people embrace a simple but powerful philosophy. If something doesn't serve a purpose, bring joy, or add beauty to life, it probably shouldn't be taking up valuable space in the home. And honestly, they may be onto something, because let's be real, some of us are storing things not for practical reasons, but because we're convinced that one day sometime between now and the second coming we might need them. Today, we're revealing 25 things Japanese people rarely keep at home, and by the end of this video, don't be surprised if you find yourself sprinting through your house with a trash bag in one hand and a confused family member chasing after you. Fair warning, this video may trigger sudden cleaning attacks, emotional breakups with old furniture, and the mysterious disappearance of that drawer everyone in the house fears opening. You know the one, the drawer containing dead batteries, expired coupons, rubber bands from 2014, unidentified keys, 3 pens that don't work, and a charger that apparently belongs to a spaceship. Before we begin, tell us in the comments, what is the oldest useless thing currently hiding in your house? And please don't say your younger brother. If you love elegant living, global lifestyle secrets, and practical self-improvement, subscribe to Global Elegance Code and join our growing community. Now, grab a cup of tea, open your mind, and let's begin. Part 1. Clutter that destroys peace. 1. Broken items. Let's start with something Japanese homes rarely tolerate: broken items. A cracked plate, a lamp that only works if you slap it 3 times, a blender that sounds like a helicopter preparing for takeoff. In many Japanese households, if something is broken beyond practical repair, it leaves the house. Why? Because broken objects create visual stress. They constantly whisper, "Fix me, fix me," until your entire home starts feeling like an unfinished project. Be honest, how many broken things are currently living rent-free in your house? And no, "I'm going to fix it someday" is not a storage strategy. If your toaster stopped working during President Obama's first term, it's time to let go. Your home is not an intensive care unit for appliances. 2. Mountains of unused clothes. Japanese living often emphasizes quality over quantity. Instead of overflowing wardrobes, many people prefer fewer, high-quality pieces that are actually worn and appreciated. Now let's talk about your closet. You know things have gone too far when opening the wardrobe requires protective equipment and a safety helmet. Some closets contain enough clothing to start a small nation, yet somehow, every morning, we still stand there saying, "I have absolutely nothing to wear." If you haven't worn something in a year, ask yourself honestly, will you wear it next year? Or are you keeping it because you're waiting to magically become the person who enjoys neon green sequin trousers? Sometimes, letting go creates space not only in the closet, but also in the mind. 3. The chair that became a wardrobe. Every household on earth seems to possess one legendary object: the laundry chair. It begins innocently, one shirt, then a jacket, then jeans, then suddenly the chair disappears forever. Congratulations, you no longer own a chair, you own a textile mountain. Archaeologists of the future may excavate it and conclude that humans worshipped clothing piles. Japanese homes generally encourage putting things away immediately rather than allowing clutter to accumulate, because a chair should support humans, not become one. 4. Expired food. Japanese kitchens are often admired for their cleanliness and organization. Many families regularly check their pantry and refrigerator to avoid unnecessary waste. Meanwhile, somewhere in the world, someone just discovered a spice jar that expired before TikTok existed. If your cinnamon witnessed the rise and fall of multiple social media platforms, We need to talk. Expired food doesn't simply occupy space. It creates chaos, confusion, and occasionally biological experiments. A clean kitchen encourages healthier eating and a calmer environment. Your refrigerator should not resemble an archaeological site. 5. Plastic bags reproducing in secret. Finally, let's discuss one of modern civilization's greatest mysteries: plastic bags. 1 or 2 reusable bags, perfectly reasonable. 400, slightly concerning. Scientists still haven't discovered how plastic bags multiply when humans are asleep. You place 3 bags under the sink. 2 weeks later, there are 87. By Christmas, they've formed their own government. Many Japanese homes avoid excessive accumulation by keeping only what is truly needed, because under-sink cabinets deserve better than becoming plastic bag retirement homes. And trust me, things are about to get even more surprising, because item number 13 is something millions proudly display in their homes without realizing it's quietly destroying an elegant atmosphere. Part 2. Things that create visual chaos. 6. Excessive decorations. Japanese interiors are famous around the world for one beautiful principle: simplicity. Walk into many Japanese homes, and you'll often notice something immediately. The room feels calm, peaceful, elegant. Nothing is screaming for attention. Now compare that to some homes where every available surface has become an exhibition center. Porcelain cats on the shelves, artificial flowers on every table, inspirational signs saying live, laugh, love in 6 different rooms, decorative pillows that nobody is allowed to touch. At some point, decoration stops being decoration and starts looking like a souvenir shop exploded. Here's the truth: too many ornaments create visual stress. Your eyes never get a chance to rest. Elegance isn't about having more things. It's about allowing beautiful things room to breathe. Sometimes removing 5 decorations makes the remaining 1 look 10 times more special. 7. Empty product boxes. Now, let's discuss one of humanity's strangest habits: keeping empty boxes. Old smartphone boxes, television boxes, laptop boxes, shoe boxes, headphone boxes, boxes inside other boxes. Many people are preparing for a move that never comes. Some people still have the box from a phone they no longer own. Why? Because I might need it someday. Someday, for what exactly? To open a museum dedicated to electronics from 2018. Japanese homes typically avoid storing unnecessary packaging because empty boxes consume valuable space without adding value. Your house should not resemble the storage room of an electronics retailer. If the warranty expired years ago, the box can finally retire. It is served faithfully. Set it free. 8. Unread magazines and newspapers. Information clutter is still clutter. Many people accumulate magazines, newspapers, catalogs, and books with the best intentions. I'll read this next weekend. Then next weekend becomes next month. Then next month becomes next year. Eventually, the pile becomes so large that simply looking at it produces feelings of guilt. Japanese homes often prioritize keeping only materials that are actively useful or genuinely treasured. Because unread magazines are not knowledge, they're simply decorative gilt stacked neatly on a coffee table. If you haven't opened it in years, chances are you're not going to suddenly become fascinated by summer gardening trends of 2019. 9. Duplicate household items. 5 scissors, 7 coffee mugs, 9 frying pans, 12 wooden spoons. At some point, your kitchen stopped being a kitchen and became a museum. Many Japanese households prefer owning fewer, high-quality items rather than endless duplicates. Think about it. Do you really need 17 mugs when only 3 people live in the house? Unless you're secretly hosting international conferences in your kitchen, probably not. Duplicates often accumulate because we buy new things before checking what we already own. Then one day, you discover 3 unopened can openers in the same drawer. Congratulations, you have accidentally become a can opener collector. 10. Tangled cables from ancient technology. Finally, we arrive at perhaps the greatest mystery known to modern civilization: the drawer of mysterious cables. Every household has one. Inside you'll find chargers, adapters, unidentified wires, and cables connected to devices that vanished years ago. Nobody knows what they belong to, yet nobody throws them away, because deep inside, we all fear the exact moment we discard one cable will be the exact moment we suddenly need it. Some of these cables may actually predate Wi-Fi. One day aliens may return and ask for their charger. Until then, perhaps it's time to keep only the cables you can actually identify and use. Because if a wire has remained untouched for 10 years and nobody knows its purpose, it may not be a cable anymore. It may simply be modern art. Part 3. Things that drain energy. 11. Gifts you secretly hate. Now we're entering dangerous emotional territory. Let's talk about gifts, not the gifts you genuinely love. We're talking about those gifts that you secretly dislike but continue to keep because getting rid of them somehow feels illegal. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That giant decorative rooster your aunt gave you in 2016, that oddly shaped lamp your cousin bought because it reminded me of you, or that mysterious ceramic statue currently sitting in the corner, silently judging everyone who enters the room. Many Japanese people embrace a philosophy popularized by organizing expert Marie Kondo. Before letting go of an unwanted gift, express gratitude for it. After all, the true purpose of a gift is to communicate love, kindness, or appreciation. Once that purpose has been fulfilled, the object itself does not necessarily need to remain in your home forever. Because let's be honest, if you've hidden the gift inside a closet for 7 years and pray that visitors never ask about it, the relationship has already ended. That decorative clown in your attic isn't a cherished possession, it's in witness protection. Your home should not become a storage facility for guilt. Keep the memory, keep the appreciation, but the object itself may be ready for retirement. 12. Items attached to guilt. Speaking of guilt, this next category quietly drains more energy than almost anything else. Items attached to guilt. These are objects connected to dreams, ambitions, or hobbies that never quite happened. The guitar you bought during your "I'm going to become a musician" phase, the painting supplies from your future artist era, the bread-making machine purchased during that one ambitious weekend, and of course, the undisputed champion of guilt-producing household objects, the treadmill. That treadmill has become the world's most expensive clothing rack. Many homes contain exercise equipment that hasn't witnessed actual exercise since the previous decade. Some treadmills have seen more laundry than footsteps. Every time you walk past these abandoned projects, they silently whisper, "So we're just giving up now." This creates emotional clutter. Japanese living philosophy often encourages people to keep possessions that support their current lives, rather than preserving constant reminders of unfinished ambitions. Because life changes, interests change, people change, it's perfectly acceptable to admit that you're no longer interested in underwater basket weaving, pottery, or learning the accordion. Releasing these items doesn't mean you failed. It simply means you've evolved, and your living room can finally become a living room again. 13. Fake luxury decorations. Now let's discuss a surprisingly common mistake. Fake luxury decorations. We're talking about giant plastic crystal chandeliers, gold-painted statues, artificial marble columns, decorative pieces covered in so much glitter that astronauts can probably see them from orbit. Many Japanese homes value authenticity over extravagance. True elegance is rarely loud. It doesn't scream, "Look how expensive I am." Instead, it quietly says, "I know who I am." Cheap imitation luxury often creates visual chaos because it tries too hard. Ironically, a simple room with natural materials, soft lighting, and one beautiful plant often looks far more sophisticated than a room filled with imitation luxury items. Real elegance is not about pretending to be wealthy. It's about creating harmony. Remember this. A home doesn't become elegant because it looks expensive. It becomes elegant because it feels peaceful. And trust me, item number 18 can be the biggest peace destroyer of them all. 14. Excessive souvenirs. Travel is wonderful. Travel creates memories that last a lifetime. But somewhere along the journey, many of us developed a strange belief. If I don't buy a souvenir, did I even travel? Suddenly, Every vacation produces refrigerator magnets, keychains, snow globes, mugs, miniature landmarks, postcards, and enough airport trinkets to open a small international gift shop. Many Japanese homes prefer meaningful keepsakes rather than massive collections, because memories do not live inside objects, they live inside experiences. Choose souvenirs that genuinely remind you of special moments. A beautiful photograph, a meaningful handcrafted item, something truly personal. Not 17 identical keychains purchased 5 minutes before boarding the plane because you forgot to buy gifts. Otherwise, your elegant bookshelf may slowly transform into a crowded tourist attraction, and nobody wants their living room to resemble an airport terminal gift store. 15. Furniture that is too large. Finally, let's talk about oversized furniture. Japanese homes are masters of maximizing space. Every square meter is used intentionally. Now compare that with some living rooms around the world. The sofa occupies 80% of the available floor space. The coffee table requires its own zip code. The entertainment center resembles an ancient fortress. Guests entering the room just navigate like explorers crossing difficult terrain. Some sofas are so enormous that family members sitting at opposite ends need binoculars to maintain eye contact. Oversized furniture can make even large rooms feel cramped, stressful, and visually overwhelming. A well-proportioned room creates calm. It allows movement. It allows breathing space. And perhaps most importantly, it allows visitors to walk through your home without requiring a map, a compass, and emergency supplies. Remember, your furniture should fit your home. Your home should not be forced into a lifelong wrestling match with your furniture. And we're now entering the final section, where the last 10 habits could completely transform the atmosphere of your home forever. Part 4. Habits of Elegant Japanese Homes. We've reached the final section, and honestly, these last habits may be the most powerful of all. Because elegance isn't created by expensive furniture or designer labels. It's built through small daily habits. 16. Shoes scattered everywhere. Let's begin at the front door. One of the first things many people notice in Japanese homes is the designated space for shoes. Shoes have a home, and that home is usually near the entrance. Meanwhile, in many households, shoes appear to have gained self-awareness. One shoe is by the couch, another is under the dining table. 3 are mysteriously hiding in the bedroom, and nobody knows who owns the lonely sandal near the bathroom. Scattered shoes instantly create visual chaos. Worse still, they create an obstacle course. Guests shouldn't need the agility of an Olympic hurdler simply to enter your home. A designated shoe area creates immediate order, calm, and elegance. Plus, it dramatically reduces the chances of stepping on a Lego, while barefoot are pain recognized by all civilizations. 17. Dirty entryways. In Japanese culture, the entrance to the home is extremely important. It creates the first impression and sets the emotional tone for everything beyond it. Think about it. When you enter a clean, welcoming space, your entire body relaxes. But if the entrance contains old mail, random bags, abandoned umbrellas, and enough dust to qualify as historical evidence, the mood changes immediately. Your entryway is essentially your home's handshake. You wouldn't introduce yourself to guests while covered in spaghetti sauce and carrying 6 plastic bags. Your home shouldn't either. Even small improvements, a clean floor, organized shoes, fresh flowers, or better lighting can transform the entire atmosphere. 18. Unfinished DIY projects. Ah yes, the unfinished project. Perhaps humanity's greatest decorating trend. That shelf you promised to finish in 2022 is now part of the architecture. The half-painted wall. The chair is waiting to be reupholstered. The picture frame is still leaning against the wall because I'll hang it next weekend. Japanese homes often prioritize completion. Why? Because unfinished projects create mental noise. Every time you see them, your brain quietly says, "You still haven't finished that." Months become years. Years have become decades. Eventually, your grandchildren inherit the project along with family recipes. If a project truly matters, finish it. If it no longer matters, release it. Your home deserves closure. 19. Excessive cleaning products. Here's a surprising one. Many Japanese households prefer simplicity, often relying on fewer multipurpose cleaning products instead of maintaining an entire chemical laboratory beneath the sink. Some households own separate sprays for glass, wood, granite, stainless steel, bathrooms, kitchens, windows, mirrors, and possibly emotional support. At some point, cleaning products start requiring their own cleaning products. Keeping fewer, versatile products reduces clutter and makes cleaning much simpler, because maintaining a clean home should not require a degree in chemistry. 20. Old towels and worn bedding. Let's discuss something deeply personal. Old towels. You know the ones. The towel so thin, practically read a newspaper through it. The towel that no longer dries water, but merely redistributes it. Japanese homes often emphasize comfort in everyday life, and fresh textiles play a surprisingly important role. Clean, soft towels and quality bedding elevate ordinary moments. You spend approximately 1/3 of your life in bed. Your sheets should not look like they survived several wars. Small upgrades in daily comfort can dramatically improve quality of life. 21. Sentimental junk. This one is difficult. Sentimental clutter. Old birthday cards, school notebooks, childhood toys, concert tickets. Many of these items genuinely matter. The problem arises when everything becomes equally precious. If everything is special, nothing truly stands out. Japanese living philosophy encourages keeping treasures, not everything. Curate your memories. Preserve the objects that genuinely move your heart, because memories live within us, not only within objects. Your home should celebrate your story, not archive every chapter in duplicate. 22. Unused exercise equipment. Let's return briefly to fitness. Unused exercise equipment occupies enormous amounts of space in homes worldwide. Exercise bikes, rowing machines, resistance bands, dumbbells. Buying dumbbells doesn't automatically transfer muscles through Wi-Fi. Sadly, if it did, we'd all look incredible. If equipment remains unused year after year, it may be time to pass it on to someone who will actually use it. At the very least, reclaim the floor space. 23. Excessive kitchen gadgets. Many Japanese kitchens maximize efficiency. Meanwhile, some kitchens contain gadgets designed to perform exactly one task: an avocado slicer, a banana holder, an egg separator, a strawberry huller. At some point, your kitchen drawer begins resembling an inventor's workshop. Single-purpose gadgets often create unnecessary clutter. A few versatile tools usually accomplish the same tasks while saving enormous amounts of space. Remember, your kitchen is for cooking, not conducting scientific experiments. 24. Anything without a designated place. This habit may be the secret behind many elegant Japanese homes. Everything has a home. Keys, remote controls, mail, bags. When objects lack designated places, they wander, they migrate, they reproduce, and eventually, nobody can find anything. How many hours of human life have been lost searching for keys? Historians may never know. Giving every item a permanent home instantly reduces clutter and daily stress, because if everything knows where it belongs, life becomes remarkably easier. 25. Negative visual clutter. Finally, perhaps the most important item of all, negative visual clutter. These are objects associated with stress, conflict, unfinished business, painful memories, or constant anxiety. Unpaid bills scattered everywhere. Broken items awaiting repair. Stacks of unresolved paperwork. Objects connected to unpleasant experiences. Japanese homes aim to create calm, because home should be a sanctuary, a refuge from the noise and pressures of the outside world. Take a look around your space. Ask yourself honestly, does this object bring peace? Does it support the life I want to live? Or does it quietly drain my energy every single day? The answer may completely transform only your home but your life. And there you have it, 25 things Japanese people rarely keep at home. And honestly, some of us may need to begin apologizing to our houses immediately, because the real secret of Japanese homes isn't minimalism for the sake of minimalism. It's intentional living. Japanese homes remind us that every object should earn its place. It should serve a purpose, perform a function, or genuinely bring joy. Otherwise, It's simply occupying valuable real estate, and in some homes, space is already more expensive than beachfront property. The truth is, clutter isn't just physical, it's mental. Every broken lamp, unfinished project, mysterious cable, and forgotten exercise machine quietly occupies space in your mind as well. And when you remove physical clutter, you often remove mental clutter too. Suddenly, your home feels lighter, calmer, more elegant. And amazingly, you may even rediscover the floor. So after watching this video, take a look around your home and ask yourself one simple question. Does this object improve my life, or is it simply taking up space? Now, be honest in the comments. How many of these 25 things are currently living in your home? 5, 10, or 25? This is a judgment-free zone mostly. And if you enjoyed this journey into Japanese elegance and lifestyle wisdom, don't forget to subscribe to Global Elegance Code, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone whose mysterious junk drawer deserves international attention. Until next time, live intentionally, live elegantly, and we'll see you in the next video.